So this is the first of the rifles we'll be firing tomorrow, the pattern 1853 Enfield rifled musket. This is a replica by Euro Arms and has a steel barrel. This certainly increases the safety from the point of view of firing, although as noted, black powder tends to be very forgiving and relatively low pressure in the chambers. As we move closer, we'll observe that it is in fact on half cock. Half cock means effectively you cannot activate the trigger. Full cock, on the other hand, means that the trigger will engage. So half cock is generally a safe position, and hence the expression "don't go off half cocked." So for the first time in the history of modern warfare, an artilleryman at 300 yards was in range of the infantryman, who prior to that had the advantage of about 70 to 80 yards of fire from his brown breast musket. I like to think this is the time in history when we first started to see steel shields appearing on the front of artillery pieces. Now this is the 1871 Snider Enfield breech loading rifled musket. These were originally made from the 1853 pattern rifled muskets by removing the rear of the barrel and adapting it with a breech block. As we move in to look at the rear of the breech block, we'll see that it's a rolling block type mechanism, in this case with a fairly well designed latch, and further in closer on the front of the breech block we'll see it stamped with a number 3 indicating a Mark III. The rear of the breech block rolls over and locks down and releases with the latch. The round is ejected by pulling the breech block to the rear. The sighting arrangement has a leaf and a ladder arrangement, accurate out again to about 800 yards. Other distinctive markings include those on the lock, and we can see a Victoria Regina crown, the legend BSA Company 1871, and of course the lockmaker's inspection mark. On the butt, the War Department stamp, and of course the sold out of service crossed arrows, evident also towards the rear of the butt. Regimental marks may be faintly discerned on the top of the butt plate, indicating that it was purchased and used by the Tasmanian government at the time. The third of the rifles we'll be firing tomorrow is the Martini Henry. This is a Mark II model manufactured in 1877. This particular one fires the 5.77 450 round, which does have a fair wallop. It has a robust Martini action, which when closed puts a substantial bit of metal between the shooter and the bullet. The bore is quite large, as you can tell from this end. The sighting arrangement comprises a leaf and a ladder sight. The ladder sight flips up and the sight picture is really quite good. If we look from the rear, we get quite a reasonable sight picture along the rifle. The receiver markings in this case are the Victoria Regina crown, London Small Arms Company, manufacture date of 1877, and of course it's a Mark II. We're going to have some fun with this one tomorrow. It kicks like a mule, although once again this particular one has not spoken in over 100 years. This last of our rifles is the Martini Enfield. This particular one was converted in 1895 from a Martini Henry manufactured in 1884. It was rebarrelled then in 303 and subsequently rebarrelled by me last year in 2012. I arranged for Springer Arms in Mount Gambier to provide a new barrel. It shoots very accurately out to 100 yards and beyond. As we look at the side of the receiver, we see again the Victoria Regina crown. This one was made by Enfield in 1884 and is stamped with a 3, a 2 and a crossed out 2 below. Sighting arrangements again comprise the leaf sight and the ladder sight, and theoretically the sights again are accurate out to about 800 to 1000 yards. Tomorrow we'll be firing this with a modified, or if you like, an imitation Mark I black powder .303 cartridge, although it's quite capable of firing modern ammunition.